something that comes up quite often. It did to me, anyways. The whole idea that you have to have a cohesive theme or look in your artwork. This is perpetuated a lot, largely by big name artists and gallerists. A lot of gallerists and galleries like to, talk about this kind of stuff because it's good for them. It helps the galleries, right? It allows for the branding of the gallery and the artist, and it's a good thing. But many artists who don't understand those type of things kind of get sucked into that. For example, here it is, okay? I want to be the artist that gets known for painting, I don't know, blue paintings with pink frames and I don't know, whatever. So that's all they do, and they just focus on that, and that's all they do, right? And when an opportunity comes that maybe someone says, can you paint my cat? And they're really good at portrait painting. They're like, no, I'm the artist that does this. And everybody's like, oh, wow, oh, yes, he's a purist. Or she, whatever. This is it can hinder you in the beginning. I'm talking to people in the beginning, right? I'm not talking to you who's famous for painting cat portraits and you're killing it and you're making, 6-7 figures a year doing cat portraits. Don't listen to me. Or maybe, maybe you'll learn something. I got a few tricks up, down my sleeves. But I'm talking about the beginners. You're starting to thrive. You want to put your work out there and you want to move forward. Don't neglect stuff just because you're like, oh no, this is what I do. This is my thing. I only do pet portraits, or I only do this, and I want to be known. Especially those purist artists out there. And I know my purist artists because I was dragging that load for some time. I know what that feels like. You are very much sucked in. This is not everyone's case. This certainly was mine, okay? So you might, I don't know. It might apply to you or not. You're very sucked into one either style of painting or one artist or one group of artists. And that's a good thing because you're learning, you're soaking that in, you're making it, you're being part of that. Whether you paint in a modern, in a classical way, or whatever it is that you do. Maybe you don't paint. Maybe you're something else. You're a photographer. Whatever. You're soaking in just a genre work, right? What happens here is that you see this artist, for example, Monet, right? In my case, I was like, oh, Monet, yeah. Monet did only haystacks, right? Monet did only water lilies, right? Monet did only blah, 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 poplar trees, and then I was that guy, right? Who's like, oh yes, I'm going to do, not poplar trees or water lilies, but my own thing. I'm only going to paint clouds. I remember looking at John Constable's paintings and his sky studies, and I was like, oh man, that's my theme right there. I'm only going to do clouds. I'm going to be the cloud painter. And I want to be known for the cloud painter. Wrong thing about this, there's nothing wrong with going after, your dreams or whatever. I'm not talking about that. The wrong thing about this is that when someone said, can you paint my horse? Some cowboys have horses, in Arizona. can you paint a pet portrait of, my horse or whatever? My best friend here. No, I only do clouds. I want to be known as a cloud painter. Guys, don't do that. I'm talking about from first experience. You don't have to learn it the hard way. How about just focusing on being known? Have you ever thought about that? Maybe not, huh? That you learn that through trial and error. Rather than trying to be so locked into I only do this, I only do, I feel like many people are afraid of expanding because they're like, what if I don't just have a cohesive anything and I'm all over the place? Because galleries like this. See, galleries like the new exhibit will be, the Chuck Close and his portraits, right? You don't want to see Chuck Close painting, I don't know, a landscape, it wouldn't be Chuck Close, right? You wouldn't want to see Wolfgang, the great landscape modern painter. You don't want to see him painting, I don't know, pet portraits or I don't know, something else, water bottles or I don't know, something else. No, because that's not Wolfgang, right? That can't be it. Those are big name artists. I'm not telling you know your place. I'm not telling you that. What I'm trying to tell you is, look, these people branded the hell out of that. They repeated, they did it over and over. And if you're going that route, do it. Do it hard. Go for it. But know that is going to be the brand that you're going to carry. You're going to be the guy who just paints horses. You're going to be the guy or the girl who just does landscapes, and you're going to brand it. But when you're starting out, you don't want to dismiss. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't dismiss the other work, the other stuff. Like, for example, people still ask me, can you paint this plane for me? I have some collectors who they have family members in the military, and this plane is very important, or I have other collectors that tell me, can you do this specific flowers? They're very important in my family. We like these flowers. These mean a lot to me, to my wife and I, or blah, 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 whatever. But I normally paint landscapes. I'm not going to say no, not right now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe when I'm high up somewhere, maybe I'll be like, I don't know, I don't do that. Everybody knows me for doing landscapes. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't dismiss that. It hurts you in the beginning. Take it all in the beginning. Know where you want to go. Yes, I want to be the this or that, but that might change in the future. I don't think that Chuck Close was like, when he was doing those hyper-realistic portraits, he was like, one day they're gonna look semi-impressionistic, or they're gonna look like that. I don't think he was thinking of that. That was a natural, Of course he wasn't thinking about that. If he was, he would have painted that way. Anyways, don't get caught up on that, but I'm just trying to tell you very, very, very simple here. The whole cohesive look thing is a marketing strategy for galleries and art dealers, and it works fine, and it's part of it. It's part of the business. But many artists get caught up in that way too early in the game. Now, if you got something really cool, don't listen to me. If you're convinced that, I don't know, some big gallery in New York or in Paris is going to pick you up, and that's all you have to do, and you have to be a purist, don't listen to me. I'm talking to most of us who don't have these genius ideas. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, I certainly don't have genius ideas. I thought I did, but a lot of it was concepts that just kind of slowed me down and didn't help. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, don't get caught up in the whole cohesive look thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the next videos. Bye bye.